Oh, hey guys. So, currently under a cheese load. Picked up a little more, going to, Lawrenceville, Georgia. So, pretty much Atlanta, northeast Atlanta. Shit. No truck stops up there either. So, and let's see, I only got 19 hours left, and I'm only 630 miles away. And this load doesn't deliver for 3 more days, so I can still get a 34, and still have to sit for another full day after I deliver, because, like, I'm not moving from Atlanta, even after a fresh 34, at, like, 8, 9, 10 a.m., you know, because it's 0700, not moving. I'm just sitting there and sleep. Nope. Because also, it's the start, at the end of my day. Like, so yeah, I don't want to lose an extra day. But, so, that's besides the point. Although, the truck has actually got a major boost in MPG. It's been actually about 0.4 more since the start this year. So, pretty good. Now it's like 185,000 miles, so it's starting to slowly go up. It's already at his overhead. His overhead was done 100,000, but that's besides the point. So one of the viewers posted the focus camera. I don't know what the fuck that was. Posted and linked me in Discord. Which, by the way, side note, / my name to join Discord. What the fuck's this camera doing? The John Oliver trucking video though, and I was on home time, so I didn't watch it because I don't do work shit at home. Nope. And YouTube's part work, so. And I don't know why this keeps going dark and then bright. It's being stupid. But anyways, finally watched it. I watched it like a week ago. I just let it sit around in my head, gather some thoughts, and I was like, all right, what do I think about it? Now, I will note, a lot of truckers like to exaggerate shit. This industry has a lot of exaggeration. Like, it is absurd how much exaggeration this industry has. Now, was there a lot of truth in that video? Yeah, there was. Was it very simplified? Yeah, like that video barely touched anything. Now, the 1099 thing that a lot of companies are doing, okay, set aside lease purchase guys, but a lot of companies are paying 1099. Yeah, that's a bit, no, I flat out refuse to work for those guys. Because they're getting out of pretty much paying you a workman's comp. You don't get workman's comp 1099. They're not paying your taxes. And they're not paying you high enough to really give a shit. It's like, oh, come pay 1099 for 60 cents a mile. It's like, you can like that here as a W2. 70 cents. Again, you can still damn near make that here as a W2, and a lot of companies pay you 70 cents as a W2. So, really, the only way I would even possibly consider 1099 as a W2, or 1099 as a company guy, you're paying me $1 a mile pretty much, bare minimum. Like, I want as much money out of that as possible. Because if I'm going to have to pay my own health insurance, workman's comp, plus taxes, I want as much money as possible. But then again, all those companies also do the bare minimum maintenance. Like, they will run you with bald tires. It's like, it's not worth the risk. There's a lot of shit, but retention is by far one of the big, like, there is a driver shortage, but it's also mixed with retention, and it's like, most of it comes down to money. Like, money, if you pay a driver what it's worth, especially when we don't have overtime. It's like, you pretty much work 30 hours for free. Like, pretty much you're working for free. Put that in perspective. If you divide let's just say an average 60 hours, okay? 60 hours a week, 40 of that, let's say you make $20 an hour, right? For 40, I didn't do any of this math. So it's like $40 an hour at 20, okay? Pretty shit pay out here, but not bad for entry pay. Well, then if you take the same logic, for the next 20 hours, you should be making $30 an hour. Time and a half. But you don't. So really, you're making hardly anything. Let's say start a company. You're probably gonna come first year because it make $60,000 a year. So you divide that by 52 weeks. You know, just average it out across the year. You're making jack shit. You're making $1,200 a week. So it's like, yeah, pay. It's like, me personally, I don't think you should be coming into this industry making like $80,000 to start. $80,000 and $90,000 to start. And within 5 years, you should be breaking 6 digits. That would start, because I was like, if you want people to come out here and do this job, you gotta pay them enough to make the sacrifice worth it. You're missing. This is gonna sound horrible. I don't understand. I haven't found a better metaphor for it. It's like being deployed all the time, because you're constantly away from home. You're missing birthdays. You're missing holidays. Your family's stressing out. You know, it's like you're pretty much missing life. You're not a part of their life. So it's like not many jobs are like that. I mean, sure, oil field, but even then, oil field has more of a life balance. They're like two out, 1 home, or 3 out, 2 homes, like something like that, meaning 3 weeks out, 2 weeks home, etc. Like, there's more of a balance. Here, it's like companies want you to come out here for fucking a month and work, or come out here for a full month and they'll give you 2 or 3 days. Like, they'll give you, bet generous, right? They'll give you 2 or 3 days off. The fuck are you gonna do with 2 to 3 days off after you just spent 30 days out here? It's like, how is that any balance? No, it's like, if I'm out here for a month, I expect a week home. Bare minimum. See, the problem is companies think they can take advantage of drivers, and drivers to the point now they're getting tired of it, which is finally. Now, is this industry all shit? No. I mean, this is one of the very few industries out here where you actually feel like you're doing a lot more productivity than you actually seems like. Like, because you're literally moving the whole country. Like, yeah, it's very cliche, but it's like, no, like, one truck stops. Okay, put it this way. In Wyoming, right? Wyoming last winter, I-80 was shut down for 4 days. Accidents, right? Typical Wyoming weather. $1 million of revenue or loss per day. Just on the few trucks in that area. Just a few trucks. What other industry could have that effect if it's just like a handful of trucks? A handful of things shutting down. I mean, there's a few, but it's not very many. So it's like what I'm saying. It's like, you have that big of an impact. So you're it's very rewarding out here because you have that big of an impact. Just like one truck being late can throw off a store's inventory for 1 to 2 days. It's that big. Something that small makes that big of an impact. And most people don't know that because they don't understand the logistics. They don't see behind the scenes. Like, they just like, there are so many fucking trucks out here, and majority of them not taken care of. They're treated like shit, not only by the general drivers of the road, I mean, and even other trucks too. From the shippers, receivers, to stores. It's like, no wonder why nobody wants to do this job. The sad part is, like, you cannot, the average age of a trucker out here is 55. You cannot get people my age. I'm 31. I was rare. I said I wanted to be a trucker when I was in elementary school. Took me a little bit. I mean, I came out here, I've been out here for over 2 years now, slightly. So, man, I came out late, but I've been in commercial fields in some form on the road for like the last 9 years. So it's like, well, 10 now. Forgot. Gotta carry the one, you know, because I aged, yeah. So it's like, why have young people come out here when they're literally the prime of their life, the prime family building times, the prime dating, the prime social scenes? Like, this job's not very sociable. Most socials we get out here is from other truckers, which, yeah, that's why truckers will talk your ear off, because they're isolated by themselves for hours upon hours. So they will talk when they have, run into another trucker, or talk to on the phone, or at the shipper receiver. They like to talk because they don't get to, and it's lonely. Their job's mentally hard too. There's a reason why you see so many truckers out here losing it, because of the isolation. So if you want people out here, you gotta pay them. Like, you actually gotta kind of like bribe them with the money to come out here. This whole bullshit, come out here, work 70 hours a week for 60 grand. It's like, good luck. Good luck. There's a reason why this is a second career to most people. If you want this to be a first career, you gotta pay like it is. Now, granted, trucking is one of the very few jobs where, on average, it's $5 grand to get in. Well, at least it was. But on average, $5 grand. Said it. Yeah, you can make that immediately back in your first year. It is one of the very few. It's low cost to get in. So it's very easy entry. Easy entry, high skill though. Like, it is also a very rewarding job because, again, high skill. It's very easy to fuck up in this job. And your mistakes will do $1,000 of damage. And the way they kill somebody, they'll cause a pileup, you'll roll your truck, or most likely what's going to happen is you'll probably kill yourself. Like, that is the number one killer of all the drivers out here is rollovers. Which, these trucks aren't very safe either. As long as the wheels stay on the ground and you stay beneath the engine, yeah, chances are the driver lives. But as soon as this truck leaves its wheels, chances are the driver most likely is going to die. These trucks are not very safe. There's no airbags except for maybe the Volvo, which it has a side one just to prevent the. It's not really the rollover that kills the driver. It's them fucking banging them. It's them being banged around. Either their head goes out the window, or the whiplash kills them, it snaps their neck or whatever, or they get crushed by the cab, or their load falls through the sleeper. Because that's the thing too. Like there's some varying factors, but it comes down to the retention and driver shortage. It's intermingled. It's not driver. It is, yes, there's driver shortage because they need more drivers always. And with everything being moved to warehouse bays, order online, yeah, there's more freight than drivers can move it. So yes, things do sit longer than they should. But it also has to do with retention. And did I mention the average age of driver is 55? It also means each year that those drivers stay out here, more likely they're going to have health issues, because let's be honest, trucking lifestyle is not healthy and it's expensive. The reason why, if you notice me, I'm not the stereotypical driver, but then again, I've been like this my whole life. My whole family's built like this. I had this advantage going for me. But let's be honest, when you picture a trucker, you see a guy that's maybe 5'9", 5'10", hunched forward, at 300 to 400 pounds. And they rarely tie their shoes. That's what you see. Also, there's a lot of lazy truckers out here because of that. Not just with their health, but with their hygiene, and that also involves trash and everything. Reason why a lot of these stores don't want to keep us around. But the same old rule of, you don't let the few rotten eggs or rotten apples destroy the whole bunch, a whole batch. Should apply, but I mean, I've always said drivers are treated worse than prisoners, but for good reason. It's like, there's only so much you can do. Generally, thanks, tablet. Well, a good attitude and friendliness will get you along out here a lot of ways. They'll get you. You can talk your way out of things or into things, depending on your attitude. But for example, okay, there's no other job out here because truckers paid by the mile. They have to drive to make money. They're sitting and they're not making money. So when roads shut down, drivers are now forced in a situation of, hey, do I go around the road, or they're recommended to shut down due to high winds? They're forced to shut down. Do I risk it, like by going around a gate, or do I risk going into the wind? When it's literally state recommended to shut down, now you're forcing the driver into a situation, do I make money or do I not make money? Do I pay my bills or not pay my bills? A simple fucking average pay. Like, pay the driver an average pay if there's clear proof that he has to shut down due to forced closure or recommended, high wind warnings, recommended shut down for lightweights, like 10,000 pounds. You're lightweight, shut down. Pay them an average of their days, what they would make driving a full day. Their driver would shut down. They would not take as many chances. Just like the reason why most of the accidents happen when the roads first open is because guess what? They've sat there making no money. And now they need to go, and make up that lost time. Pay them. They won't take those fucking risks and chances if you fucking pay them for them sitting. A simple solution. Like this whole thing of like the speed governor thing they're trying to push where every trucker is going to be limited. Also, owner off, meaning I own, like for example, my truck's paid off, I own the title. Now the government's telling me I can only run this fast in my truck. And what? Imagine, okay, you pay your car off. Your car's paid off, right? the government came in and said you can only run this speed, and would force the governor, tamper-proof governor, on your car. Yeah. The trucks aren't the problems out here, by the way. They're not. They are sometimes in the weather, but they're not the problem. They're not. 80% of, at least 80% of accidents involving trucks were started and caused by a car. Multiple studies been proven. Multiple studies been done. It's been proven. So now you're also forced. You're with this speed governor thing. Now you're also going to put another choice on the driver. It's like, hey, not even more risky in the weather, because now if I slow down or I stop, I'm even losing even more time as soon as the road's open. Because yeah, by the way, 65. The 3 speed governors are going to force you to 55, 65, and 70. Doesn't sound a big difference, right? On average, 65. You run 10.5 hours a day. You're doing about 680, 700 miles. That's what you're doing. That's what it's, well, that's just, yeah, 670, 690. Pretty much a 65. That's what you're going to do at 65 at 10.5 hours. Because that gives you some time to find parking. At 70, you can do anywhere from 690 to 740. It adds up across the 7-day weeks time period. So yes, you're putting a driver in a situation where now you're also affecting his money just that alone, where he's going to make more choices too. Now, do I think trucks need to be going 75, 80? No, but I mean, don't put the insane amount of restriction on a driver and expect them to not make the easy choice, where it's like they rather risk it to make money because they need the money to pay the bills, when you're not paying them to shut down. You know what, on average out here, what the driver on average for a breakdown, meaning they're just sitting there stuck on the side of the road. On average, at a company, in 24 hours, they pay you $250. That's the industry standard. That's horrible. That's jack shit. That's horrible. Fucking garbage. Here you go. This company's rate, 60 cents a mile to start. You come here to start at 60 cents, right? I do an average, because I run my 10.5. Let's just say 700 miles. That's at 50 cents. That's $350. So I already blew that fucking $250 out of the water. Plus, I didn't even add that extra 10%, which is, what, $420 now? Because, yeah, $350 plus 70, $420. Almost double that. It's not rocket science. I don't understand why companies in this industry and the government struggle to realize things. Not to mention, and it's like, how companies no idle. I understand fuel is expensive. Like, I just paid $70,000 of fuel before the insane fuel climbs last year. I mean, fuel was still higher, much higher last year compared to Trump in office, but it wasn't averaging over $5 a gallon. It wasn't jumping 30 to 50 cents in a day. It wasn't jumping up 12 cents in a day. It was like $1.50 increase over or on average over that 12 months. And I paid $70,000. Imagine what it's going to be this year. Granted, I am running about 30, well, let's just say 30, 40,000 miles less this year. But I mean, that's still huge. There's still a fucking gigantic leap in average cost of fuel. Right now, the last 2 weeks, I've been paying a $5.30. $5.30 to $5.39 is where I've been sitting. Great. I actually bet I don't know, like last week I paid $5.39. This week it's closer to $5.30. So I mean, it's not great, but the average fuel price is $5.50. Fuck if you're on the west coast or the east coast where it's $6. But I mean, so it's not like it's hard. It's like, start taking care of your drivers and pay them. Pay them like. No overtime. Why the fuck do I want to come here and work for 1,200 hours a week to start? I mean, if you gotta start somewhere, you could go make that a warehouse. If there was a warehouse in my town, I might consider it. I can go to that warehouse, start, because there's a Walmart DC 2.5 hours away from me. Starts at $25 an hour, and they pay for productivity, like $250 a check or whatever. So there's an extra $1,000 I can make a month. Plus 25, plus overtime? Yeah, I'm already pushing past $60,000 if I do that all year. it's not hard. It's not hard to understand why people, this industry cannot recruit drivers, attract young people, and hold the drivers. Oh, that's another thing. That's where I was going with the fuel. I got a little sidetracked. I got a little lost. So you got companies out here, and there's a lot of them with no idle policy, meaning they have idle shutoffs. And the only way a truck will idle is out. There's like, for example, Knight. Okay, Knight has these no idle policy. No, technically they don't, but they have the idle shuttle timers. So the truck has no idle policy, but Knight won't enforce it. If you can trick the truck to idle, they'll let you idle as long as you maintain a minimum MPG. They kind of won't tell you that. But I had my DM tell me that after I was like, I've been idling 24/7. It's hot. It's like, okay, well, as long as you maintain this minimum 6 MPG, nobody raises fines. Okay. But like, what was it? Nice is like, if it's colder than 32, it'll idle. But if it's between 32 and 70, it won't idle. It'll shut off after 5 minutes. Or is there an APU on there, or some auxiliary heat? Yeah, there's auxiliary heat. What about cooling? No. So it can be 70 degrees outside, but like 80 degrees, 90 degrees in here. Because it's still a vehicle. It still fucking gets hot as fuck in here. Oh, but roll down your windows, right? No, you can't always do that. I mean, you could, but also you gotta worry about your safety. These windows, door locks, are pretty much the only thing keeping people outside your truck. So why am I gonna risk my safety by cracking my windows or letting anybody have access into this truck while I'm sleeping? I'm not. Because technically, also we can't even carry weapons in the truck to keep ourselves safe. So it's like, it's not hard to figure out why this industry cannot keep people or recruit drivers or even attract people my age. And I'm not even that like young compared to what they want to attract. They want to attract the 20-year-olds. They want to attract the 21-year-olds. It's not hard. It's not fucking hard. It's not. That's part of the reason why, as soon as I could, I got away from being a company driver. I want leverage. The fact that I have to use a goddamn line where I'm a person, not a robot, and I literally simplified it and said I'm not a goddamn robot. I've had to use that quite a bit of times. Even in this company, which it's not like I've had to, I just remind them, hey, I'm not a robot. I need sleep too. But luckily, they never forced me to do things. Like, there was one time I drove 4 hours and they said, okay, we'll just reschedule it. Now, is that because I'm company or is it because I'm lease? I don't know. Now, I do know though that this company, because there's company drivers down here, they don't want. That load is not good. Let's be honest here. The load's more important than you. But if you're sleepy, that load is at risk. They'd rather you just sit there and reschedule it. They'd rather take the service failure, meaning that it didn't deliver on time, and just reschedule it. Especially if they've known that you are sleepy. And then why do I do this job then? I've already kind of explained it. I've done commercial 10 years. Tow trucks 5, medical career 3. You notice a trend? I tend to do jobs where I'm helping more than one person every day. Yeah, I can go work at Walmart. It's not the same. I don't get the same feeling of doing good, being productive. I'm a very I don't run recaps for a reason. I feel like that's too much wasted time. I wasn't efficient enough. I wasn't as productive. The fact that this truck of cheese, I have 42,000 pounds of cheese in there. It's gonna touch thousands of people. It's going to Little Caesars. It's gonna touch thousands of people. It's probably the first day. Not to mention the rest of the cheese. Like, that's 43,000 pounds of cheese. You know how many goddamn pizzas that's gonna touch? Sorry, cat. I'm touching the curtain. I'm getting his attention. It's just me. I'm feeding how many people that this just truck? I don't know how much fucking cheese going on a pizza. I mean, somebody might know. Post a comment. 43,000 pounds of cheese just in my truck alone. Can't help that many people at Walmart. Sorta can doing towing, because you got to keep the risk clear, so I guess, in a sense. Medical courier, yeah, sure. I wasn't touching as many people, but my services I was same day testing, meaning I was critical tests. So cancer testing, blood works, like bone tests, like shit like that. That's the stuff that I was doing, the same day delivery shit. From lab court to lab court, that way it had same day tested. But that's why I do it. I mean, but all other drivers, they could be because they got miserable at their old job. Like I said, trucking is generally a second career choice. That's also why you see a lot of people come out here and they have mental issues. There's some more reasons why you can't hold. It's hard to get people in this job, this field. We don't have easy access to therapists, doctors. I mean, it's starting to get better with now there is starting to be a push for telephone therapists, telephone doctors. But half this field, let's just say 30%. I'm not gonna say half, but 30% at least guaranteed of this industry is night-based. There's a lot of night guys out here, and they get fucked too. No, we can't. I can no longer shop at Walmart anymore. Like, I had to either get up early, go to bed late to shop at Walmart, and even then, I had to plan it now. Like, for example, in Nebraska, there's plenty of Walmarts that are like truck friendly. Ogallala, North Platte, Lexington, no longer 24 hours. So now I just drive by them because I can't stop and shop there unless I'm happen to be in the area, happen to be there to park. Then cool. So yeah, I mean, this industry has a lot of issues that people got to sacrifice for, and it's not easy to do. I already mentioned most of them, and there's probably more that I forgot. But I mean, this video is already pushing 27 minutes long. But this industry is very much love-hate, and it's not really. I hate to say it's more of a lifestyle, because you have to come in here knowing what you're giving up, and it takes a certain special person to put up with the bullshit. I complain a lot about this industry, but I do generally like it. But then again, I'm built for it, it seems. I've done sort of like the services the last 10 years. Now the first tow truck I was home every night, the medical courier I was home every night, but the medical courier I drove 100,000 miles a year. All in the state of Wyoming, so I did the miles. I'd probably still be doing it, because I mean, that paid better than this job. I mean, it capped out, but I mean, I worked 30 to 35 hours a week, made $50,000 a year. Can't do that out here. Not even fucking close. I got paid on average. I did the math. If I divided by hours, I made $30 an hour doing that job. That was great. Fucking easy. 6 hours a day. Bam. I was off weekends. It was fucking great. Like, that dude looks familiar. I think that's a buddy who's pulled up. If that's a buddy of mine that used to work with here, that'd be hilarious. But for example, Walmart's one of the better paying companies out here, and even then they have issues getting drivers, but they also have really strict standards. But they also pay for every night you sleep in the truck. It's like $32 a night you get paid to sleep in the truck. I mean, hell, you could just pay somebody like an extra $30 a day to sleep in the truck. That would add up. It's like, just treat the driver like they're a person, and they'll fucking reward you for it. But most companies do not understand that. But anyways, this video's gone on a little long enough, so let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and post a comment. Thumb this video up. Thumb it down if that's still an option. Fucking PC and their dislike removal. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Moving the dislike button. Anyways. Yeah, tell me what you think. Like, knowing what you know now, why would you or why would you not get in the industry? But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye!